Hey, future Joseph. Hope that you go in a great. I don't know what I'm saying. I love you.
Ever since I was little, I've loved Legos. Like, really loved Legos.
Your tangled gratitude poor Legos. It's in Spanish. That is so cool.
And ever since I was little, I've loved filming.
Welcome to Joseph. Here I am.
So it's no surprise that after 16 years, I'm still in love with both hobbies. But where did this all start? It all started in Palm Beach, Florida, where I attended 6 years of Montessori schooling. I grew up with some of my best friends that I still hang out with to this day, and going to Montessori school was the best path I could have taken. Turtle River Montessori, a private Montessori school based in Florida, is where I spent the majority of my childhood learning. There I learned how to think, not what to think, and that's predominantly how I was raised. I was super lucky to have two incredible parents that gave me everything I needed to develop my own personal hobbies, and provided me with all the opportunities to get there, even if what I was doing at the time was questionable or not. Well, we don't have to talk about that.
Hello, my name's Joseph. I'm sorry about that video. That didn't work.
The great thing about Turtle River was the community was tightly knit and structured with the families always coming first. For example, to the right is my dad, and to the left is the founder of the school.
And tell me a little bit about your experience with the school.
Well, my son has been with the school since lower elementary, and I can only tell you as a parent to see the excitement in my son's eyes, in a child's eyes that wants to go to school, that feels a sense of community and mutual respect. It's heartfelt and warming.
Our family was so invested with the school because I had such a good experience growing up with the same kids in the same school. So in summary, my elementary years of learning consisted of learning how to think, not what to think, as well as developing basic cognitive learning strategies to cope and better prepare myself with the real world early on in life. I'm very thankful that this was the learning environment I grew up with because it would soon help me later on in life by preparing me for what my ambitions were and how I was going to achieve them.
Why do I have to look stupid? Why do I have to look like a jerk?
My first semi-year of middle school was still at Turtle River Montessori, and in this time I was still making videos and still playing with Legos. I even started dabbling in computer animation, which would also follow me for several years. Montessori was going great, but it was time for something new.
Going on a trip, but I'll be vlogging. I'll be vlogging and posting that every day. And if you want to see any of my RV story,
So we traveled across America.
Let's go to paradise. This shit be like Friday nights. This shit made me feel alive. I feel like we in paradise.
Here I was homeschooled, and I got to experience every pocket of life in each state. This was a crazy experience that happened at the perfect time. I learned so much about myself and others on the road. One of the best things about this pocket of time in my life was that I just started documenting everything that was going on, which brings us back to this clip.
this is the young me, if I ever do look back at this.
I was at a weird stage in my life because I didn't really know what I wanted to do, and I was limited to whatever could fit in a 43-foot bus. In this time, I started my first set of vlogs documenting the life of an RVer, and they were super fun to make. They highlighted my homeschooling experience as well as some of the different sceneries I'd find every day. I was very adamant about filming what I was learning and experiencing because this was the first time I'd ever experienced something this crazy. My homeschooling learning consisted of hands-on life experiences that I wasn't getting at school.
Apparently.
It's important to stay active on the road or else you'll get lost. so I tried my best to have fun at each campground our RV was parked at. And even though I was miles away from my friends, I still made the best of it and kept making videos, the one thing I always stuck with.
Hi there. Hey guys, my name is Jukes Cry, and this is some of the stuff that I do on my YouTube channel.
I made so many videos on the road about what was going on at that point in my life and what I was being taught. I just loved making videos and continued to make more and more along the 3-year road trip.
I thank you guys for 140 subscribers because, I don't know, there's 140 of you guys, you know.
I balanced my YouTube channel and my road schooling experience as best as I could, but with every trip comes a destination. A new chapter of my life was just about to blossom.
So this school is going to be unique, it sounds like, the high school.
Yes, it is going to be very unique, and we are extremely excited to carry forward our work from our middle school to the high school.
Spotlight on Business, sponsored by Turtle River Montessori.
I'm going to high school in Florida, so that means no more RVing.
So I'm back with my newfound knowledge of America and I was ready to return to my elementary roots. Surprisingly, all my close friends returned to the same school and we all got to enjoy our first steps of high school together. So to recap, the principal of Turtle River Montessori worked closely with all the families to create a new high school grade level. This was a great idea because you could have all the personal needs from each parent worked into the curriculum and yet still have a stable and protected high school experience. Unfortunately, this didn't last long. But what happened? Everything was planned well and we had the same teachers, same classroom, and same building. So what didn't work? Unfortunately, you can only have a rope so loose to the point where goofy kids in a sheltered environment don't learn a whole lot, especially being next to our friends. It was no fault of the school or teachers, it was just that we weren't administered by the school at all. Some good did come out of it. For one, I documented my entire journey through my first year of high school. I also started another YouTube channel for my school experiences, which is still active to this day. So in pursuit of a better education and living situation, we moved to Steamboat Springs, a quaint little town hidden in the valleys of Colorado. Me, my mom, and my dad all needed this transition, and it would be where I would reside for the finale of my high school years.
It would be so cool if we had 2 stories of me in Colorado and you guys in like school. Yes, that's what we have to do.
And that's exactly what we did.
Steamboat Springs has been an old Indian secret for centuries, but I'll warn you, the Indians put a curse on the whole valley. They say if you come here once, you'll be back again and again.
Some would call it the curse of the Yampa, but for me it was a new state, a new school, and a new experience. When I visited Steamboat Springs back in 2016, I guess a piece of it never left me, and since then, it's had the same effect on my parents. A real curse, some would call it.
Just remember the curse. We'll be seeing you again.
My Steamboat Springs high school experience was great. It was a sudden change going from being in a private school my whole life to a public school, but I'd say I adjusted pretty quickly.
I'm a big loser.
I met some great people in Steamboat that I plan to return to at some point soon. My education there was bland but focused, and I learned a lot at my Steamboat Springs high school. While I was in Steamboat, I continued making videos with my friends inside and outside of school, and we kept that up for over 2 years. It was a blast, in a time where I consider most of my video growth to have come from. I made some great friends while making these videos and I learned a lot about myself and video production. I don't think I'd be in the same position as I am now if it wasn't for my friends in Florida, my friends in Colorado, my family, and the education that structured it all. And although I never had a proper graduation, this project allows me to feel like I've earned it.
Is Greco. Joseph Greco is gonna do a couple songs.
So where am I now? Well, I'm still making videos. And you know, of course I'm still building with Lego. And as for what's my next adventure, even I don't know. I've been everywhere, and there's still so much to see. And even though I am close to graduating my last year of high school, I'm still underprepared for what the world has to offer. And that's exciting. But wherever I end up, I'm sure you'll hear about it.